Hello and welcome in, fellow Mastodons. I'm your host, Megan Phillips, and on today's show, we are introducing a very special guest. Kayla Stewart is the morning anchor for 21 Alive Morning News here in Fort Wayne. She's inspirational to myself and others for her career and practice in journalism. Today, we're going to discuss more about her and the journey that led her to the career she has today. Kayla, thank you for joining me today. It's very nice to have you.
Oh, of course. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so my first question, I just want to know, what made you interested in a career in journalism?
That's a good question. So when I was younger, I actually did some DJing work on the side and realized that I really loved being in front of people and I loved public speaking. And I wanted to figure out what I could do as a career that would kind of be along those lines. And so I did a radio internship in high school, really enjoyed that. And then when I was in college, I did a TV internship. And that's when it really clicked for me that I wanted to do broadcast news.
And what major and minors did you study in college?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'll have to get back to you on the specifics of that, but it was media production. That was my focus.
And what college experiences do you feel were most valuable to leading you to your career today?
So I took some journalism classes while I was doing my internship at 21 Alive. I believe my internship was my junior year of college. And at that point, I was taking upper 300 and 400 level journalism classes. And so I was taking things like comm law. I was taking classes that taught you how to write news scripts. I was taking a class with art that taught you how to use a camera, how to shoot video, how to edit. All those classes were really key for me because they went hand in hand with my internship because I was able to take those skills I learned from school and apply them to a career setting, right? And so that was really, really helpful during my internship.
What would you deem your favorite part of your career?
Oh, that's a great question. My favorite part of my career. I love telling stories. It's so important to have journalists in your community because they are the ones getting answers for you every single day. They're the ones telling your stories. I love that part of it. I love being able to get answers for people. I love being able to tell stories about good things happening in Fort Wayne. Fort Wayne is home for me, and so to be able to work in my hometown has been awesome. And I love morning news. My goal as a little girl was always to do the morning news in Fort Wayne, my hometown.
That's interesting because that was the same for me. I used to always tell my family that one day I would be on the news in my career.
Yeah. And it's just been so fun. I love the vibes of the morning, you know, waking up and smiling and getting your day started. And so it's been really special.
That's nice. That's super sweet. How has this career impacted your personal life and how you view the world?
So I have 2 beautiful kids at home, another one on the way. I'm nearly 35 weeks pregnant, so I have almost 3 kids now, and married happily to my husband. And so it's busy. You know, I'm a morning anchor, but I'm also almost a full-time mom because I'm watching kids the rest of the day and taking care of my babies. So it's definitely busy. Work-life balance is always complicated because, you know, I'm up at, you know, the crack of dawn. But it's been great. Again, this was always my dream. So yeah, I've really enjoyed it.
What is your work environment like and how would you describe a typical day?
So a typical day for me is I'm up really early before most people's alarms go off. I'm out the door, I get into work, I read through the morning show. We have a producer for our morning show who puts together our whole newscast. So my job as an anchor is to read through that newscast and check over things, make sure we're not missing anything for that morning. And so I get into the station, I do that. I get my hair and makeup ready, and then we go on air. I'm on air from 5 to 7 every morning. And then after that, I do a weekly segment called Community That Cares. So each week I get to feature a person or an organization who's going out of their way to do something good for somebody else. And that really speaks close to my heart because I love sharing good stories. So that's what I work on after the show or day-to-day news stuff. You know, sometimes we have gaps that we have to fill in on with writing scripts or helping produce a show. So yeah, kind of doing a little bit of everything.
What parts of your job do you find the most challenging?
Ooh, that's a good question. What do I find the most challenging? Man, you have me stumped here. What do I find the most challenging? Probably just making sure that we tell the stories that matter most to our community. It's a challenge every single day, right? We're held to a high standard to make sure that we're telling stories that matter.
Yeah. It's also, I feel like maybe it would be hard to be the one who delivers a hard message to the public eye. I feel like that would be challenging.
Yeah, I mean, it's always hard to have to talk about the hard stories. Yeah. It is a challenge, yeah.
If you were in my position now, what would you be doing to ensure a future position in this career field?
I always tell people who want to go into broadcast news to learn as much as you can in school, know how to write a really good script, and always get an internship. That is so key, because when you graduate, you are going to want to have a reel. That's what news directors want to see from people graduating in broadcast news. They want to see your reel. They want to see what you can do on camera and the type of stories you can tell. So learn as much as you can in school, get an internship, and be a sponge when you walk through those doors. Take in everything you can, ask all the questions, and then something else you can do, because especially if you're interested in reporting, you'll probably follow a reporter around for a majority of your internship. Take what that reporter has done and make your own version of it. Make your own package, cut your own VOSAT, write your own script. That way you have something that you can compile together so that when you're done with school, you have a reel that's put together that you can showcase.
Do you have any wise words or further advice for myself and others watching?
Just journalism it's a big responsibility, especially, when you're one of the people who's responsible for telling the stories that are happening in your hometown. And so just learn everything you can about how to do journalism well. A big part of journalism is being fair and balanced and knowing how to do that, and it's a big part of it as well. So soak up everything you're learning in school, and again, just be a sponge. That's what I would say.
Kayla, thank you again for joining me today, and that will do it for this month's episode of Campus Connections. Don't forget to drink your water, tune into College TV, and watch your new favorite news anchor on 21 Alive Morning News. I'm Megan Phillips. Have a great day.